Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So as a YouTube content creator, the main thing all of us have in common is video. And another thing we have in common is our video equipment. So whenever I started YouTube, the very first piece of video equipment I used was this one, which is my Sony CyberShot. This was a pretty good camera. It did up to 720p, so pretty good, but I really didn't use it for too many episodes. And it wasn't long before I got a much better camera in the form of my HTC One, this beautiful phone, which I still love. And that's really how I started my whole Geek Outdoors channel. It was primarily this particular phone camera. And then later on, I upgraded to the LG G5, and these have been my workhorses. I've made hundreds and hundreds of videos with these, and that's why I could safely say if you are starting out on YouTube, just use your smartphone. They're excellent cameras, whether you are doing photography or most importantly doing video. They're more than enough for anyone just to get started. But whenever I actually made the big upgrade to the quote-unquote real camera, which is this one right here, my Panasonic G85 4K camera, which is what I'm shooting this with right now, I was never the same after that, because now I have the camera bug, and it's a world that I really do not want to leave. And once I started getting interested in the whole idea of the whole camera world, I started watching a lot of YouTube channels on this subject. And so today, I'm going to be going over my top 10 camera channels on YouTube. Starting with number 10, and that is Kai W. Now, Kai W was originally on Digital Rev TV. It was a very popular YouTube channel, but him and another person actually left that channel, and so I followed them. So Kai W, the main reason why I enjoy his channel so much is because of his dry sense of humor. He is from the UK, he is Chinese, and so it's kind of this weird mix where he's just UK, but he's not. But then the way that he talks about the equipment, the way that he goes over things, it's very snarky, you know, and I really enjoy that. You know, sometimes you feel like you're getting insulted, but you don't mind because he's probably way smarter than you. And so that gets me to number 9, and that is Lok Chung. Now, Lok Chung was also part of Digital Rev TV, and him and Kai W were the main reasons why most people watched that channel. So whenever they didn't have their jobs there anymore and they started their own channels, a lot of people followed them, I being one of them. And the reason why I enjoy Lok Chung's channel so much is much like Kai W because of his personality, but Lok is different, you know. On his channel, he fumbles a lot. Sometimes he mumbles. Sometimes he makes a lot of mistakes or stutters. He's just in his own world, but at the same time, you know, there's a lot going on there, and he has his own sense of humor, which is really funny in a really weird way. And so Lok Chung and Kai W, they go hand in hand, but Kai W's 10 and Lok is number 9. But either one you go with, you're going to enjoy their channels. So getting to number 8 is Gerald Undone. Now, I really enjoy Gerald's channel because he takes very complex subjects, specifically for people who are new to the whole camera and video world, and explains it in a way that makes sense. You know, I learned a lot about things about autofocus, the different types of, apertures, focuses, lenses, all of these things that you wouldn't know. Gerald explains it to you in a way that you can apply, you know, and that it makes much more sense than actually going through a lot of technical training. So Gerald Undone is probably, in my opinion, the best school for people who are brand new to the whole world of camera and videography. So getting to number 7 is the art of photography. Ted Forbes is somebody who absolutely loves photography. Not only is he passionate about it, he actually goes out there and do it. And at the same time, he wants to teach other people about photography. And so he has a great series where he actually interviews a lot of very famous, very talented and accomplished photographers. And I could see the passion from his very first video, but the rest of his series and everything else will really give you a much more appreciation of the art of photography. So getting to number 6 is Jared Polin. Fro knows photo. Now, Jared Polin, very much like Kai W and Lok Chung, his personality, his fro, the Bob Ross of YouTube channels. That's him. I love his channel. I love his sense of humor. And as a matter of fact, if he were to do any type of channel, I'd probably watch him anyway, because Jared, he is just that type of person. So getting to number 5 is DP reviews. Now, very much like Lok Chung and Kai W, I mainly watch DP reviews because of two people, and that is Chris and Jordan. And Chris and Jordan was actually on another channel called the Camera Store TV channel, if I remember correctly. It was a Canadian channel. And so they moved over to DP reviews, and I go along with them. Now, the reason why I enjoy DP reviews is, first, Chris is more of the photography-centric person, and Jordan is more of the video person. And they do a lot of great explanations, you know, and they take a lot of their time to actually review their products, explain to you why it's good, why it's not good. And it's very a straightforward approach, which I actually enjoy. And I like that duality of photography versus video. So Chris and Jordan, DP Reviews, great channel. So getting to number 4, another amazing duo is Tony and Chelsea Northup. This husband and wife duo, very talented. They know exactly what they're talking about. And their personality, I enjoy them. You know, their banter between each other, their different perspectives, and just their breadth and experience as professionals, you know, whether it's a photography or videography. You can learn a lot from them, and you could also learn a lot about how you could work together, okay? Because I think a lot of times, if you are in the whole professional scene, you're normally going to have to work with a lot of people and a lot of different elements. And so there is a relationship in a lot of ways element that I really don't get with any other camera channel. So getting to number 3 is the Everyday Dad. I enjoy his channel so much because he's just an everyday dude, you know? So when he explains things to you, you're like, yeah, I had that question too. And he explains it in a way where it's just an average everyday person that you can relate with. But at the same time, he is smart. He knows what he's talking about. And as he's learning about it, he gives it to you in a very practical everyday use, which I highly appreciate. So getting to number 2 is Potato Jet. Man, this guy, not only is he a pro because he does work in Hollywood films, he's been doing this for years. His sense of humor is just funny. I love his sense of humor. He's always smiling, and he always gets comments on how he looks like that kid from Up, and he is very skilled at what he does. I just love watching Potato Jet, and I really enjoy the channel name as well. So what is my number 1 favorite camera and video channel on YouTube? Well, that's Camera Conspiracies. Casey, if you want to think about sense of humor, personality, it's him. And he really doesn't do any camera reviews or anything like that, and which is weird. You wouldn't think that that would be a channel you'd want to watch. But when you actually watch him and get into his world, you are now part of this camera conspiracy world. And yet, there's another channel called The Vegetable Police. I love his sense of humor, and a lot of what he's thinking, I think as well. For example, he talks a lot about why can't I get the perfect camera, meaning have a flippy screen, get great autofocus, all those things that you would normally want and you would expect these camera manufacturers to provide, they don't provide. And he does it in a way where it's snarky, it's funny, it's real. I love Camera Conspiracies, and his channel is growing so fast in terms of the camera world. But once again, he has another channel called Vegetable Police. But the main reason why you watch his channel, why I love it so much, is because him. And what he talks about makes a whole bunch of sense. And so that is it for my top 10 camera channels. Obviously, this could change all the time because there's so many amazing channels that I didn't talk about here. I learned so much from these channels. I get inspired so much. I get entertained. And I really feel like by watching their channels, you are actually becoming part of this community, you know, and you actually want to learn more. You actually want to get better. And so if you had any thoughts on any of these camera channels that I talked about here, or maybe you had your own, be sure to leave it in the comments area below. And as always, if you did get value out of these videos, share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Go Content Creators group, where you'll get access to 30 videos plus additional content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Go Content Creators group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com, and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.